Hi everyone, this is just a quick walkthrough of how to use Reach My Teach, just the very basics, and then we'll get into some scenarios that may be more interesting to you. And so when you go into the reachmyteach.com website, you'll see this login page. We all have single sign-in with Google, so everyone has their information synced from IC. Go ahead and just sign in using that account. You'll notice that it looks very similar to a Gmail inbox, pretty straightforward and very intuitive. You will have some preset groups probably. As a teacher, I do have my courses with all of my students pre-listed. That's based on IC again, but you as admin will probably have grade level groups available to you, and you can make your own custom groups as well. And so when you select the new message button, there are several different options. You have the send as email, send as text, this is a call, and then this is the broadcast option that only admin have access to. Broadcasting is really nice because you can either allow recipients to reply or not, depending on the type of information that you're sharing. If you do want them to reply, you can go ahead and check this box, but if not, you can just turn that off. Once you've selected the broadcast, you can select the type of broadcast you want to do. You can do broadcasting emails or mass texts. You can do both, either or both. That's a nice option for you. And so that is available to you as well. When it comes to searching for students, we can look for anyone. Let's see if I can just select. So for instance, grade 9, you'll probably want to message grade levels at a certain point. You can put in the subject line. And you also have text. When you highlight the text, you'll notice that there are some formatting options available to you. There's bold, italics, listing, and hyperlinking, which is all really nice. And then you can also add attachments as well, which is great. So you can send documents, things like that. Reach My Teach does have that auto translate feature, and so that will also apply to any attachments that you include that are legible by the AI. If you are sending to just students, you would just leave the students highlighted. You can also select their guardians as well, and you can also add teachers. And so you can search for any teachers that you want. So if I wanted to add Lauren, I can just search for her and manually add her into the list. If I wanted to deselect, I will just unclick them, and then they will not be sending those messages after that. Another nice thing about broadcasting is that when you send the message, it's going to come from the school and not from the individual, so that will be really nice for administrative assistants. They don't have to worry about being personally contacted in relation to that information, so that's a nice feature. You can preview the message. That particular preview doesn't seem to be loading, so let's actually transition to the Reach My Teach test student so that maybe we can see if it'll load a little bit better. And then if I wanted to, I could also add any other additional students that I wanted, and I can make my own personal groups. And so if that's something that you're interested in, you have a group of parents or a group of students that you need to contact regularly, you can also do that. But let's just stick to the test students so that we can actually see what happens. Let's see if the preview is actually going to work for us. Maybe it won't. In a typical situation, you would be able to preview your message and what it would actually look like for the recipients. And so you could see it as a text, you could see it as an email, whatever you had selected as your mode of communication. Preview doesn't seem to be working at the moment. My computer is working quite hard. So we'll just actually send the message to the test student. We have the send later, save draft, and send test, but I'm just going to go ahead and send it. And then it'll show up in my inbox because the student has responded to me. How kind of them, right? I am going to allow replying this time so that I can actually see what a thread will look like. Send that. And then there is this little reply button where I can now say, do that, and I can send it again, right? And so this is how the thread would build, and you would be able to see how it stacks.